What's up everybody, my name is Darth Jeswick and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be fun to build a little tiny home that is also a camper or pull-behind trailer. This is a build in Sulani on the Tangled Flat lot. It's a 20 by 20 lot and we have a budget of 19,800 simoleons. This is for 2 Sims. We have a little truck here. I was trying to figure out which one would fit the best, and I decided between either this van and this white truck here. It took me a very long time to figure out the roof and like getting them to line up perfectly because it was just not doing it. I ended up just giving up on it for a little while and starting on the interior because I was getting super frustrated with it, and it all came together in the end though. I'm going to put the bedroom area up on a little platform here and just using a bed as a placeholder to make sure that they can still get up there and have like a little walking space to get around. I ended up using a tiny home Murphy bed because I thought that the extra thrill of maybe your sim getting crushed by it would be a fun little addition to this little trailer. This is a 32 tile tiny home, so it's technically a micro home, which is really nice because your Sims gain skills at like double the normal rate, so you can get Sims like if you wanted to have them get a really high cooking skill, this would be like the perfect kind of lot for it. The other nice thing about tiny homes is that your relationships also double the normal rate, so that's also really nice if you're trying to make friends or if you're doing a 100 baby challenge. You can also like get reductions on your bills, which is really nice, especially if you're doing like a rags to riches and you don't have a ton of money. Your bills are just cheaper anyways on tiny home lots, and this house in particular is really good for like a 2 sim rags to riches household. This ended up being about 19,781 simoleons in total, giving me about 21 simoleons left after everything was all said and done. And I used some debug landscaping too, just to like kind of help out and see me trying to fix the roof again. It was just not coming together, so I ended up just moving on. I was like, I can't think about this right now because it's gonna drive me crazy. I also use like these werewolves stairs because they're like metal and they almost look like they could fold up into the building and like be towed away once you if you wanted your Sims to like move to a different lot, you could easily just move this lot somewhere else and pretend that your Sim is like traveling to different worlds. I think that that would be a fun idea, especially because like van life is so popular these days. It'd be fun to, maybe do that in The Sims as well. So my tester Sims today are actually very adventurous and they like to travel and things like that. I can tell you a little bit about them. First we have Grace Goodwin. She has the outdoor enthusiast aspiration, which gives her the collector bonus trait. Her favorites are blue and red, pink and purple for colors. Her hobbies include writing, photography, knitting, cooking, and baking. So I put a couple of like cute little items in there. I have like a nice little laptop so that she can do her writing on. I also put like a little knitting basket in the bedroom so that she can knit and maybe sell the knitting items for money. Her fiance's name is Jeremy Coburn. His hobbies include video gaming, fishing, fitness, and guitar. So I have a little guitar in there for him. I don't have anything for fitness, but he can always like go on jogs. I feel like that makes sense when you're like traveling a lot to just like run a lot because you don't really like travel with a lot of equipment. You don't really have a lot of space for that, especially when in an RV. His favorite colors are blue, red, green, and yellow, and he has the curator aspiration, which also gives him the collector bonus trait. And as always, if you want to download this build or my Sims that I use to test my builds, they are on the gallery at Darth_Jeswick, just like it appears here on YouTube. And I just had a lot of fun with this build. It was really nice just coming up with a little story and a little background for them. I really like having this little certificate here. Maybe it's like their marriage certificate. I don't know. Maybe they just packed up their stuff one day and just moved to the beach, and you can always build a bigger house from here and, expand and grow in Sulani. I was digging through debug too, and I found this like cute little sign from the Island Living pack. I thought that it matched the like little trailer and sometimes people, when they're camping, they really go all out with their little campsite, so I thought that that was a fun little addition too. As well as the laundry on the clothing rack from Laundry Day. Most of these plants are from Debug because I was running out of money and I didn't want to spend it all on plants. And Debug has a lot of like really nice plants for Sulani because we don't really have a ton of them in the game, like in their actual build by catalog. Like these orange and green bushes, like we don't have anything like that in like the build by catalog. So it would have been nice if they had added it to it, but they just didn't, and now you have to dig through it and use a bunch of cheats to try and find it. But the nice thing about using like some of these debug items is that they're mostly free, and if you are running low on budget, you can use them and not use up any of your money. Although sometimes they might like walk through these things because they're not technically real objects, which is a little weird, but it doesn't happen very often. Oh, and we have a little collection of mailboxes here in the corner. I think that item is so adorable. You know, maybe there's like a group of houses behind that live close by somewhere and they just drop a bunch of mail off there and everybody comes and gets their mail at the end of the day. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of going with it. I found it in the Island Living debug, so I thought it would be cute to add. I love the colors on the mailbox. I wish we had like a lime green swatch of the regular mailbox in the game. And this is how I figured out the roof. I just used a gabled roof and brought in all the edges using the arrow keys on the side of the roof, and then like adjusted the roof very carefully and made it all slimmed out and curved nicely. I also added these cool like decals from Eco Lifestyle. They're only like 50 simoleons, so if you're looking for like cheap wall decals or cheap decorations, try out Eco Lifestyle because they have a lot of like really cheap, cool decorations. I also got the little salt and pepper there on the ledge for the half wall. I thought that that was cute because like maybe they just moved it up there when they were, you know, sitting at the table or something. And then I put this chair from Island Living in here too. It's like a wicker, and I thought it really looked nice, especially with our herringbone wallpaper here. And I was surprised that the Island Living counters actually matched that well too, like the bowling pack wallpaper there. And then I added this little penguin knittable here next to the chair. You know, maybe she knitted it and, you know, just kind of left it there. I also added some clutter inside the cabinet from Tiny Living. It's got like a storage crate, and I thought that that was cool just to put in there to take up some space. I also put some rugs around, and I tried to do some cool things with the tile. Sometimes in RVs, like they'll have like a curved piece of carpet in front of the door. I didn't think that it looked good because I wanted to put a rug in front of the door just so you could wipe your feet off when you come inside, especially with all the sand everywhere. I also used these black stepping stones. I think they're like lava stone for the like walkway. I thought that that was a nice little touch too. There's some like kind of all around the world. And Sulani, there's actually like a volcano that you can like live near. I've never actually built on that lot, so maybe we'll do some more Sulani builds soon and build on the volcanic activity lot, which is a really interesting lot trait too, because when it happens, these like big like mounds of lava just like appear on your lot, and you can like break them open and find collectibles inside of them. But we're now into the playtesting portion of the build. I'm just making sure that they can get up here and like sit on the couch and watch the TV, pick up the guitar. She can also grab her knitting basket, which the guitar and the knitting basket you can just put in your Sims inventory if you decide to play in this build. I just had them out for decoration. I also wanted to make sure that they could use all the items in the kitchen as well as sit at the table, especially near the sink. I wasn't sure if that was too close to the countertop or not, but it seems fine. The oven and the stove also work, I just didn't show that. I also put that little vent from the greenhouse kit next to the oven because I thought that that was pretty realistic to have like a vent that goes outside and like an RV because they don't often have hood vents, at least in an older style one like this. But that is all for today's video. Make sure to hit that like button because it really helps out, and consider subscribing to my channel because I post videos a couple times a week. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye everybody.